Hey everybody, it's Adam from 151 The Show, and as you can see, we are not doing the typical show today. I'm in the old family truckster, and since I had a little bit of time off from work, I thought we'd try something a little bit different. If you caught the show before, usually it's Justin and I talking about nerd stuff, right? Whether it's Marvel or DC or Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever. Usually we do that sort of thing. But what we're doing today is, since there, is still a lot of people out there that, are stuck inside due to COVID-19 and still on lockdown of a sort, I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of a virtual tour. So the thought is here, we're going to do this entire tour from inside the old family truckster, right? Where we're going right now, as you can see, we are driving. We are on a road called 163, headed to actually my old college town, Pella, Iowa. And the reason I chose Pella is for a couple reasons. One, it's one of the more touristy. Oh, there's a yellow light. We're not going to show anybody that. It's one of the more touristy spots here in the state of Iowa, and it's also my college town. I went to Central College in Pella, Iowa. I graduated in 2003, and one of the other reasons I'm choosing this is there's a news story maybe last week or the week before. As I said, Pella's kind of touristy, and each May they do a festival called Tulip Time, and basically it's a Dutch thing. There's a whole lot of tulips. There's clogging and street washing and all this other stuff. I don't know, but they canceled it this year due to COVID-19, right? Well, a few weeks ago it looked like a lot of people showed up in Pella on the square and stuff, and social distancing was questionable at best. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive down there. I'm going to give you a little tour of the place, show you where I went to school, show you some of the different buildings and stuff. And like I said, we're going to do it all from inside the car here. Now, if you're interested in our regular shows, please head over to 151theshow.com. It will show you the way. It's got all the shows on links and all that. But if you want to find us on social media, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We still do Tumblr, though I don't think anybody's touched that account in a while. All the handles are at 151 The Show. So we'd love it if you went over there and liked and followed and shared and did all that kind of stuff. The show itself, you can find it, like I said, 151 The Show is going to be your best bet, or excuse me, 151theshow.com is going to be your best bet. But otherwise, you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, and a whole bunch of other places. But please, all of those things, do us a favor, like, share, follow, subscribe, and do all that as well. So as you can see by the street sign here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but Pella is 33 miles away. So it's a little bit of a drive. Don't worry, I'm not going to have this on the entire time. And if I do, I'll just time lapse it a little bit. But I just thought this would be kind of a fun little outing. Like I said, I got some time off work, so we're just going to go down there, see what's up, and hopefully show you around a little bit. So I'm going to pause these cameras for a minute, and we'll be back once we're a little bit closer, or once I have more to talk about. So again, this is just a little virtual tour. We're going to have some fun with it, and show you a little bit of the state of Iowa if you're not from here. Maybe you are from here, I don't know. Do whatever, but this is the road to Pella, Iowa. Alright everybody, we are really entering the touristy town that is Pella, Iowa. After a little bit of fast forward action there. As we make our way through, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go around the square in that area first to give you that little bit of a tour. And then we'll drive down by Central College, where, like I've said a few times by now, that I actually went to school. Like I said, I got the little camera here so I can get some other shots, hopefully. Or we may need them, we may not, I don't know. We'll see what happens. but yep, it's on. And it's recording. All right, let's take a ride onto Broadway Street. Broadway Street, everybody. As you can see, there's still a lot of cars here. There's a lot of cars on the... Oh, there's social distancing at its best. So this is the square where everybody always comes and where most of Tulip Time happens. We're gonna take a left here and go around. Try and get some of the views here. There's Yarsma Bakery. It's where everybody goes to get Dutch letters and stuff. There's the big Tulip Tower, which I've always thought was kind of interesting for some reason. Boy, there's a lot of people out. I know we're not under as strict of a lockdown as some places are, and you cannot tell if that light is green or not. It is green. Okay. So as we make our way along here, I can't watch this camera at the same time, so I don't know if it's getting any good shots or not, or it might just be shaky, shaky, shaky. There's a big ass windmill, the Vermeer Mill. Which way should we go here? Let's go right again. I wish I had like touristy facts about Pella, but I really don't. So all I know is the stuff that when I've lived here. Here's the Mollengrad. I think that's what they called it. Yep, you can kind of see down there. We've got like a little waterway type thing. I remember we'll drive over by it, but there was a movie theater over there. I don't know if it's still there or not, or if it's changed into something else. Let's drive over there and see. But if I remember right, it had like three theaters, and it was really cheap. So I went to a lot of movies there. I want to say it went in like my sophomore or junior year. I'm not really for sure. I gotta stop here at the light. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been here, so it's kind of all new to me. I will say this, Pella, Iowa is the reason I don't trust people's turn signals. I don't know why it was, but when I was living here, like, people either wouldn't use them or use them incorrectly. So it was always kind of a crapshoot of what was going on. All right, so there's the other view. Memory card not open. Memory card was open, so we didn't get a shot of it. Over there was the theater. Maybe we'll drive by it one more time here. It looked like it was still there. How many barber shops do we have in Pella? There's Beeks. I think that's how you say it. And there was another one down there. Is Smokey... Oh, it is still here. Smokey Row was like the coffee shop type place that all the cool kids went to. It's right over here on the corner there. We just got one in Ankeny. I don't know if they're a franchise or something, but we got one in Ankeny, and my wife couldn't be happier about that. Here's some more of the park that nobody was social distancing during, and you can see some of the tulips there. Let's see here. We'll take a right. What's funny about this is I don't know if people are seeing me film and have the cameras here, so I don't know if they're looking at me weird or not. That dude wanted around. All right, let's see here. More brick streets. We love brick streets here in Pella, Iowa. Go back around and see if we can see that movie theater and area. Actually, I really like that movie theater. I think we've talked about it on the show before, but for me, movie theaters, I just want to watch the movie. I don't need the you know, moving seats or smell-o-vision or the tube up my ass or whatever to help me enjoy the movie-going experience. I legitimately just want to watch the movie. Here's the other side of this. Pella Opera House was always kind of cool. I don't know how well you can see it. I've heard it's haunted, but I'm not for sure. Hey, the Cellar Peanut Pub. I know the dude that owns that place. Cellar Peanut Pub in Pella, Iowa, everybody. It's a good joint. Another view of Smokey Row. May be able to see my reflection in the window over there. I don't know. Boy, for a Tuesday at almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Pella is hopping. Boy, I feel like when I was gonna do these videos, I was like, oh, I'll stay in the car the whole time just because of the social distancing thing, but it doesn't look like I would need to. All right, there it is. There it is. There is the Pella Cinemas. Probably still closed due to COVID-19, but yeah, the Mollengrat thing, that came in later when I was in school, so you know, you didn't get to use it as much as everybody had wanted to, but I always remembered it being kind of fun. I always thought it was a cool looking building, as you can see here. I want to say I went to someone's retirement party or going away party. I think it was Ann's, actually. So, Ann was a teacher I had at Central College. She's in the theater department, which we'll show you that building here. We're actually making our way down towards Central right now. Yeah, the town of Pella isn't huge, but, you know, oh, that's a big-ass Casey's. Huh. So, funny story about that Mexican restaurant right there. It used to be a country kitchen, and I had a really bad moment where I laughed at someone I probably shouldn't have laughed at, but it was this old lady, and she was going into the country kitchen, right? No big deal. And just out of the corner of my eye, she did like the movie style, like legs up. It was wetter, and she slipped on the ice. She went down hard, but yeah, it was. I probably shouldn't have laughed, but I did. So, all right, here we are, Central College. So I make my way over. The place right in front here, that was Central University of Iowa's food service, Queefs. I think Central hated us using that. Right here is the Maytag Center. That's kind of where your mail was and stuff. And when I was actually going to school here, that's where the radio station was. It was 89.1 KCUI. And I don't know what's going on with that, but there's smoke coming out of that manhole. Awesome. This over here was or is Schulte Hall. I lived there for 2 years. Later it would start to be referred to as Skoltar, which I always thought that was the coolest name. But yeah, Schulte Hall, no air conditioning when I was there, and little cell block style dorm rooms. All right, we're making our way around here. This, you can't see it, but I want to say that's, or you can't see it very well, I should say. It's Graham Hall. There's the administration building. I forget what that building was right there. You know what, we'll pull into this parking lot here. This is the music building right here. I spent a lot of time in there because I played saxophone in the jazz band, and I played in the steel drum band called Flying Pans. All right, so right in front of us here, as I hit the button on the camera again, so right there is the theater building. That's where I had some of my favorite times here at the at Central. Dr. Sod and Ann Wilkinson, and I want to say her name was Treva. I didn't have a lot to do with Treva. Did theater classes there, and boy, did I have a great time there. That was probably one of my more favorite experiences. That and flying pans, that was both a really good time. So, actually, you know what? I don't know if I can see it from here, so we'll go around. Yeah, the theater department was really good. Central College was very accepting on all the student body and stuff. It was a very accepting crowd until they tried to do Lysistrata. That was a fun experience. If you've never seen the play or heard of it called Lysistrata, it's interesting. Just look it up. This is a new building. This wasn't here when I was here. And I want to say this is where the communication department is now. I don't know for sure, but the Row Center it's called, it looks like. That's where my advisor now is, or I don't even know if he's still here, Dr. Doyle. Here, we'll pull in here, do a loop. Here's the library, the library. So I had to ask, and as you can see, it's built on stilts, because apparently the plan was at some point that was going to be the center of campus, and then you could look from one end to the other and see the whole thing. So here are some of the foreign language houses. I actually lived in the Spanish 2 house for a year. Do I speak a word of Spanish? No, not at all. I tried, but what it came down to was you could, they had student housing and stuff on campus, and at one point they were like, hey, you guys aren't going to be able to get in, we don't have enough. And then a spot in the Spanish 2 house opened up, and they were like, well, you guys can live there. It's like, okay, so we live there. Actually, I'm going to stop right here because, all right, so as long as this camera's on, this window right here was my dorm room. One of them, I should say. I don't want it to look weird that I'm filming in that. So, but yeah, it had the skylights up there, as you can see, and it was a really cool room, but it was always so bright in there, and it was mainly because of those skylights. So we'll pull out here. The Winged International Center, or Wing International Center, adding letters. So, all right, let's see here. Drive around a little bit. Yep, see, this is all that is like student housing type stuff. We'll go down towards the athletic area. So when I was a freshman, if you remember Schulte on the other side of campus, freshman parking was all the way on the other side. So if you wanted to get to your car, you had to legitimately walk. God, I don't know how far it was, but I think that's where the gym was when I was here. They had a really nice weightlifting facility. Central has always been big on football and volleyball. I didn't go to a lot of it. I went to one football game when I was here, and mainly because I'm not going to downplay it, they probably got a great program and all that. It was just I grew up on Big Ten football, so when I think of college football, I thought of you know, like the Iowa Hawkeyes and stuff. So they do a fine job though. Looks like someone's going to play some frisbee golf here. So we kind of make our way around. And I want to say when I was here, this was gravel. I don't really remember for sure or not. That's a big damn bus or something. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. Yeah, so there you go. You can see as I zoom in here and try and be steady, there's a football field and stuff over there. It just wasn't my thing, you know. Just one of those deals. So let's keep driving around here. Make our way back towards campus. Yeah, when I was here, I was a comm major, and I want to say I was like the last year, the next to last year that it was, but the communication and theater department were merged. So if you're a comm major, you had to take a couple theater classes. If you were a theater major, you had to take a couple comm classes. And like I said, I don't remember if I was the next to last or last, but yeah, that's how I got into the theater building and how things kind of went there. Did they take out the little house? Oh man. So I think, let's see here. Oh, the camera just fell. That's bad. All right, as before I was so rudely interrupted, excuse me, interrupted by the camera falling. There used to be a little house over here that my buddy Adam, he lived in, and I want to say the other dude was Ryan. I think. Man, I haven't talked to Ryan since I've been here, I don't think. Yeah, I used to go over and watch wrestling with Adam, and we drank a lot in that house. Oh, that's the other thing. Central is actually a dry campus. So there's a little bit of a badge of honor when people snuck liquor and stuff into the dorm rooms. And you always felt so bad for the people that got caught, because they would make them dump it out. So you'd see people just dumping out bottle after bottle of liquor and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. Anyways, here, I'll put the other camera over here again. There's the theater building again. If you're ever going into radio, and this is just kind of a little advice for you, think about taking some theater classes, voice and movement, that sort of thing. I was lucky to have Dr. Sod and Ann Wilkinson help me with that kind of stuff, and I learned a lot about, you know, speaking and how to carry yourself and how to change your voice and exercise your voice. There's Central Hall, and that's just my little bit of advice for you if you're looking to go into radio. Ann is down in Arizona now, and I want to say, I think Sod's still here, so kneel before Sod. I don't know if we did that joke to her when we were here, but we had a lot of fun with Sod. She's a sweet lady. All right, heading back around here. We're back. There's Schulte over there again. What was that place called? Graham Hall. I want to say that was the Virgin Vault, because that was the girls' dormitory and all that. Jordan Hall, that's where I did a lot of classes right there. Took a ton of classes in there. There is the pond. So the tradition, there's a couple traditions with the pond at Central. They do the lemming race during homecoming, where everybody dresses up and they, you know, run down the way and they jump in the pond. And then the other one is on your birthday, everybody carries you out and throws you in the pond, which I never got thrown in the pond, which I'm kind of glad, because I saw a lot of people like get hurt, like shred their ankles because there's brick around it and stuff. Not to say it's bad tradition or anything, but there's Maytag. Like I said, that's where, you know, mail and radio station and other stuff. They also had a theater in that place. Like, you could rent it out and go hook up, back then it was we had an N64, and we'd go hook it up and play it on the big screen. So you'd be playing, you know, Mario Kart on an 8x8. Like, with 4 people, you'd still have like an 8x8 section or whatever, if I remember. So, more student housing, Hoffman Hall. I forget what all was in there. Let's see, there's a better shot of the library. Then this was the new building when I was here, the Weller Center. I had a few classes in there, not a ton. A street there. Vermeer, the Science Center. I did nothing in that building. I didn't take one single class when I was here, so. Well, I wish there was more to show you, but I think that's pretty much it. Maytag, I wish I could take it. Maytag is weird because the one time I did go in there since, they've completely like redone the building. So it's a little weird. There's Vance. one of these houses, I want to say it was more down there somewhere, I'm not sure where, and I can't remember which one. I got so drunk off of Mad Dog 2020. I started at the little house over here, drinking some kind of beer, I don't remember what it was, and then we went down to one of the houses down there, and I got sick off of Mad Dog 2020, and I've never drank Mad Dog 2020 since, so. Yeah, I wish I could walk you around the pond, but as this is a just drive around type type thing, I don't think that's going to be possible. So, this up here. All right, we're right in front of Maytag, so trying to turn signal off. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that manhole cover over there, but she is smoking steam or something. So. All right, everybody, so that is your little virtual tour of a town called Pella, Iowa, where, like I said, I went to school for 4 years, graduated in 03, so hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it took your mind off being locked down and all that. Have a good rest of the day, and I think I'm going to get everything changed out, head back towards Des Moines, and I think we'll do one more driving around Des Moines. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Bye. Oh, one more thing. Since this is a 151 virtual tour, I should probably wrap up by saying something about the show. Head over to the website 151theshow.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, all at 151 The Show. You can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube. We'd love it if you followed us and subscribed and did all that. And yeah. You wrapped it up without saying anything about the show. Oh, Pizza Ranch. Got a lot of pizzas from that place. And it was good. All right, everybody, that's going to do it this time. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you for the next one of these.